It's better when I'm not here, right? If I go like this. I'm going to fix that. I have a new lens coming. It's like taking forever to get here, but that's just the way life is. Yeah, I have a lens. Apparently, there's something about the window that the camera can't really interpret. You need a special lens to go through the window. But yeah. Hey, Gary, Infinite One, Rumple, Raven. What's going on, Raven? White Lightning. Hey. White Lightning, Patricia. And Anna Reed. Hi. How are you? Can you tell anything by a name? I think so. Doesn't Anna Reed? I mean, you just sound like a really cute person. I just, yeah. Can you tell by a name? I don't know. I know John F. Yeah, by his name. Island Girl, White Lightning. So I don't know if I want to launch right into this, but I had a very interesting thought before. Where are we holding, like in terms of the channel? It seems that I hired this company from India, from Nepal, to help me with my videos, because they were doing such a good job on. They were doing Instagram and Twitter and some other platform, TikTok. They were putting out videos, but it doesn't really do them any good because I don't get. I'm not monetized on any of those. But it they did such an amazing job. I said, why don't you do my YouTube channel? And I thought, I thought it's time to like part ways with Shaquille, and Shaquille's like, man, I'm not leaving. So yeah. So anyway, it's that fits in very well. Totally love you back, Anna. It just sounds like you just have such a cute name. I can't help but love you. It's you're not getting notifications. I'm not surprised. I mean, I don't think, I mean, they're firing a lot of people from Google, and I think that involves YouTube. So they probably don't, they probably don't know what's going down, man. But maybe if you change the bell thing on your, I think if you change the notification thing. But anyway, I'm usually here on, now that I'm on this channel, I'm usually here pretty much on time. Gila says she can set her clock by me. Hey, Lance. Gary Carter. Hey, man. Mods and chats. Yeah. Audrey. Yeah. I got this download just now. I mean, it's just an amazing thought. I mean, like I was talking to my buddy Jay, who does ASEA, and I said, Jay, they took down my channel for 2 weeks. And he says, what a great opportunity, man. We can, and I mean, that's the kind of people you want to hang out with. Now I'm saying, oh no, you got taken down. I mean, it's like, it's an opportunity. Everything, God doesn't make mistakes. One door closes, another opens, but this isn't a closing door. It's just like a temporary little break. I think I pissed off the white hats personally. I think, and I ran that by Gila. I don't know if she agrees with me, but we pissed off the white hats before because we talked about, our favorite subject that nobody wants to really discuss, which is, can I say it? Yeah, I can say it. Jesus, everybody they do not want anyone to talk about it, but it's a big issue. It's a big issue. I'm not going to get into it now, but I'm just saying, like, that's, I've had a lot of strikes about that particular subject, and the word MAFIA, and when you apply that word and you associate it with the country V near Rome, which is where it comes from, which is where these reptilians live, man, or they lived until they were cut down, please God. Everybody wants to, anyway, this is my pet peeve. I'm not, you guys, I'm singing to the choir. Hey, Brian. Yeah, man. So, Brian, you were saying yesterday that, that I did not to worry about money. That are you picking up on that vibe? Because if you worry about it, it could be a problem. If you don't worry about it, it could also be a problem. I guess I'm not sure. I mean, that's what the normies think. Is there anyone in your group? Oh, hi there, everyone. Hey, Hadass Ariel. Hey, Khanar. Yeah, I'm over the target. Yeah, so I got the M word dealing with the Vatican, and the J word dealing with the conflict between several religions. That doesn't really need to occur. We don't need to. I mean, we don't. If you get past the walls in your brain, and you can just say, okay, man, I'm. Because we're coming, I mean, they're talking about, okay, so they're talking about how we, like the energy, like Nirmala. I don't know if you saw Nirmala's thing yesterday, but I did an interview with Nirmala, and Nirmala man, she just spins me off into bliss, man. After I talked to Nirmala for half an hour, man, I was like, I couldn't function. I was like in total bliss. I just had to sit in the chair and just go, whoa. This is so amazing. I mean, I felt like total love, just total, and I could kind of see that I can get glimpses because I've taken 5-methoxy DMT and other DMT related products. I understand what sacred geometry could look like. I mean, especially the artificially produced form of DMT that produces a geometry that is, wow. Talk about hallucinations, man. Whoa. I don't know how it compares to ayahuasca. I know I'm going all around, but thank you, Tanya. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why Christians and Jews can't hang out. It's just so stupid. Both sides are stupid. I'm not giving the Jews a free pass either. It's but we're going to get past it. I mean, one way or another, it's going to be history. But that's besides the point. The real point that I want to make. You saw the sacred geometry on DMT. Yeah, it is amazing. The artificially produced form gives you more of the geometry. Although the natural form, man, I mean, I saw some godly geometry there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you're right. I think both forms. Have you done both forms, Robert? I had a friend who was like a botanist and a chemist. Anyway, so here's the thing. Okay, so here's my thought for the day. What is quantum news? What is quantum reality? What is find the common thread, right? And here's the common thread that really binds us. We're quantum. We're going quantum, man. Totally quantum. Yeah, the powder you heat up and vape. Yeah, that's exactly right. No, but there are two forms of it. There's one that's made from natural plants, and there's one that's made in a lab, and they're the experience is very different. Both incredible. I mean, I'm not recommending it to anyone. I mean, but I only did it a few times. This was years ago. I don't think I would have the courage to do it again. I don't need it anymore, but it is, this stuff the powder, man. I mean, you vape. Yeah. It's, whoa, yeah. I had a vision of, I mean, that's probably why I'm here, is because I saw something that I'll never forget. Anyway, Jack LaLanne, if man made it, don't eat it. Yeah, Jack LaLanne was so ahead of his time, man. He was like an old dude that was really fit. I'm trying to take after Jack LaLanne, man. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. I'm like, I have like hardly anything that resembles a stomach. For the first time in my life, I'm like, I'm working on my abs, man. I mean, I'm just like, I sat in the schwitz. I sat in the sauna this morning. Nirmala said, hey, you got to get out of your apartment. She says, you got to go to the gym. She told me, she says, you got to go to the gym. If you watch the tape. Oh no, that was before we started taping. She says, Ellie, you have to incorporate, you have to become, guru, and the other part of you, the living part of you, have to start to combine. But she said, you got to go to the gym. So I went to the gym this morning. I sat in the schwitz in the sauna, listened to 369 or 428 hertz, things. Nobody was around. I was listening to, I got one of those little speaker things you can bring into a shower room. So here's the big idea. So anyway, yeah, I'm working with a new company, not a new company. I've been working with these guys for a couple of months already. It's this really nice guy in Nepal. He says, if you ever want to come to Nepal, I'm like, I don't even want to leave my apartment, man, much less go to Nepal or anywhere else. But I said, yeah, if I ever want to go, man, I'll let you know. That's what Nirmala was saying. You gotta go out a little bit. You have to be with people. I'm like, I'm really happy in my little crow's nest right now. But anyway, stock market crash on Sunday, Chinese, yeah. I got to watch Lenny Bruce. Yeah, give you homework, yeah. Yeah, Lenny was a trip, man. Jewish guy who had he liked pretty girls. He liked serious, fairly serious drugs, very serious drugs. But he was the truth. He was basically like, I mean, probably when you took off all the drugs and everything else from him, he's probably just like a nerdy Jewish guy who's like, hung up on law. He was really talking more about the law than anything else in his later days. About freedom of speech, which is, the issue has not gotten any better since his time. It's gotten worse. Jack is probably in the witness protection. Yeah. Shangri-La is supposed to have an entrance to Nepal. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Shangri-La. Yeah, Nepal, man. I mean, come on, Anyway, okay, so here's my big shtick for the day. Quantum news. What is quantum news? And why is number 17 so cool? Because it's quantum. He doesn't say, this is what happened. I mean, the news that we got when we were kids, like Brinkley and those guys, Humphrey, Brinkley, whatever their name was, this happened and Congress did this and we did this. And, it's like things that like actions that happened in the past. Quantum news is the news of the future. And that's the news that 17 put out. Because it's timeless. They're not saying on this date this happening. They're saying like the military, like yesterday we got the militaries are all in a kind of a dichotomy. They're fighting amongst themselves. They're divided. Yeah, they're divided. And this is the idea of quantum news. And this is the idea of a quantum lifestyle. This is why when I lost my channel for 2 weeks yesterday, after I got over the initial shock, I did, I am human. I did go through shock. I was just like, okay, this is gonna bring us to a higher level. I mean, I was in a meeting with my friend from Nepal when I found out that my channel was taken down. What does God need to do? Paint a picture. He's like, Guru, I got your back, man. We're taking care of this. We have you. This is going to be good. This is an opportunity. You're going to get out of your rut. I'm in a rut of some kind. I've, been doing the same thing and my numbers haven't been going up, and I really want to spread out. I want to reach more people. And so I'm in a kind of a quantum life now. I'm not punching a clock. There's nothing like that happens in my life, except that my son comes for Shabbos once in a while. That's like the only thing that really happens in my life. but I'm living the life, man. I'm living in like in my dream. I'm living in the future. And that's what is so exciting about Majestic 12 and 17, the 17th letter of the alphabet, is that the news that they present is kind of like, well, it could be like this. This is probably what's going to happen. And if you think about it, nothing is really fixed in this reality. It isn't, that next Tuesday, JB is going to he's going to like resign, and then reality is not fixed like that. It depends on what the creator brings, and we're part of the creator. We are actually, I mean, according to Hasidus, we are actually God. We're God that thinks it's not God. That's the game we're playing here, that God gives us the opportunity, gives us free choice, lets us think that we are separate from him, and that we have, we are independent beings. It's an illusion. There's no, according to Hasidus. I mean, I'm not saying that I experience that or I know what that means. I don't. But I trust the sages if they say, that all created beings are created by God, to believe they are separate from God, so that they'll come back. I mean, that's what Gila is so brilliant about, understanding that it's all about connecting to God. I mean, she is so she's so connected. I mean, she's just like, I'm not as connected. I'm not even nearly as connected. I mean, Gila's just like, she like swoons at the thought of God. I mean, that's maybe it's a female thing. I don't know, but it's certainly not something that I understand in any way. But the thing is, the idea of quantum, the idea that, they tried to make us believe that news was this fixed factual thing, that this law was passed and there's a war over here. That is an illusion. Nothing is fixed like that. We are living in a quantum world. We're living in a reality that we help create. We are part of the creator. Literally, we are part of God. So our thoughts, our feelings, our desires matter. Where we're holding, what we're thinking about. Like Brian, like what I'm saying about like being afraid of money. I mean, I'm not telling you I'm on a high level. I don't worry about money, but I used to be terrified because I never had enough. And it was just, it's terrifying. And that's by design. That's what they want us to believe. Anna Brown agrees with you. We are all God. Nice. Is that my friend that I fell in love with before? I lost her. Where was a little Anna? Oh, it was Anna Reed, but Anna Brown. Okay, and I don't know who Anna Brown is. Yeah, Gila. Actually, Gila means sort of like laughter. I think Gila is laughter, and just she's, but I don't want to start on Gila because I could spend an hour talking about how amazing she is. But Brian, you know what I'm saying about like not worrying about, like, you made a comment yesterday. You said about worrying about money. I mean, you have made a quantum leap, right, into a new reality. I mean, you live in the coolest place possible, right? You live in that town in Arizona that's really nice. Your needs need your full attention. No, I don't agree. I don't agree. What do you mean flitting like a bird? No, we're in a creator. We're creators. I mean, this is not a fixed reality. I don't go for that. But anyway, Taking it all in. Yeah. Okay. So the idea is like this, that we, in the past, we accepted a 3D reality. We accepted that the news was reporting on the news, on what was really going on in the world. It turns out they weren't even interested in what was going on in the world. They were creating a reality to enslave us, to make us think there were wars and we were, we should be angry and plant the seeds and see what grows. Right. I like that, Patricia Bell. So this was not the news, but the new, and they're still trying to pull it off. You can see this Mockingbird, this insane Mockingbird media. Mockingbird just, a mockingbird imitates other birds. They don't have anything of their own. That's evil. That's called, I'm not saying mockingbirds are evil, but I'm saying like evil has nothing of its own. It doesn't stand for anything except it goes against. That's not called godly. So, yeah, thank you, Teresa Roth. So it's just my way, man. I mean, so the idea is that as we're changing our reality, and they're saying that the everything is coming from above. There's Nirmala was saying like the whole energy on the planet, the whole geometry of the planet has changed. He says gravity isn't gravity anymore. It doesn't have that same kind of power over us that it used to. That there's a new energy on the planet, and it's obviously a quantum energy. I mean, that's what I'm getting from it. So what does quantum news mean? Quantum news means what are we kind of thinking about together? Where do we want to go with this? In the future, news won't be, okay, this is what happened and then this happened. It'll be like, it seems like consciousness seems to be heading into a new awareness of, it'll like we're coming into a reality that's completely, we don't know yet. We're coming into a creating reality. We're becoming godlike. We're becoming one with the creator. And, right, we're unconscious. I'm reading Infinite One. We were unconscious doing things. Now we will be doing it through God. Right. That's it. So what's going to happen when the big shift takes place? What's going to happen to our legal system? It'll be gone because it's all full of lies and baloney and satanic language designed to confuse us and take our money. We will say like, hey man, what's the right thing to do? You don't need a lawyer to tell you the right thing to do. You hurt somebody, you got to pay him back. God forbid you should hurt somebody. But I'm just saying, that's what David Lester Straight said. God forbid if you ran somebody over with his car, of course he's going to want to pay him back. Of course, that's God's law. And we'll all be living with that kind of morality. I'm sorry, I overcharged you. I'm so sorry. Let me pay you back. We're going to be living in a quantum godly world. The rules will be, Nasara Jasara is all about quantum. It's about making this leap into a new kind of consciousness. I should look at the camera, right? It's a whole new consciousness, a whole new way of looking at things as we become aware of the fact that we are creators. We're creating reality. So news is going to be like fun. It's going to be just like, wow, man, people seem to be heading in this direction, but we won't have those hard edges anymore. And that, I think, is what's so exciting about Q. Q didn't put time stamps on it. He said, do your research, become part of the quantum field, create this next reality, create the future through your actions, become godly and quantum. Chaim Chaim. So I'm really excited about the future. I'm just like, the more I think about it, and we're getting very close to some kind of event. I think it's going to be like, I likened it in my video today to midnight on Passover. At midnight on Passover, all the firstborn died. They died. And this came from the hand of God directly. It wasn't within nature. All the other plagues, all the other 9 plagues were like part of nature. This God did himself. And I think we're coming into a moment where that's what this. Okay, so I was reading this post from Grandpa, WH Grandpa. It's probably POTUS. You'll notice a speeding up of positive events with Swalwell and Schiff removed from the Intel Committee. They swore an oath to defend the Constitution. Okay. Change my name to Mr. Tweet. Oh, this is very interesting. Q never told us who to expect that tweet from. You know the tweet we're talking about? The storm is upon us. Q didn't say it has to come from POTUS. It could come from Mr. E. PKR to USD. Pakistani ruble plunges to an all-time low against the US dollar. Interesting. Some people in Pennsylvania were found the opposite of life, disinfectant UV light. Okay, so this WH Grandpa, please always know it may seem rough at times. It's all to prove a point. It has to be this way or it will be nothing at all. We're closer than you realize. Look, through the negative, focus on positive. You'll see, you'll understand our progress. So WH Grandpa said that we're very close to something happening. Something big could happen. And he was saying, like, the future is going to be beyond, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be beyond our wildest imagination. I mean, it just, so I'm really trying to like just stay in the future. I'm just trying to like live in the future. I'm just like expecting amazing things. I'm not being rational. I'm throwing my money around to this company in Nepal. And he's like telling me the price. I'm just like, yeah, I say, fine. What I just, I'm out of control. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I know that God has my back. And it's like, I'll have the money. It'll come. It'll be there. I'm just, I don't want to live in the nickel and dime space. I think that's the trap. That's the prison we've been in. We want to live in the creator space. It's like, I want to create something. I'm trying to create a thought stream. I'm trying to create a narrative, not me, but we're trying to create a narrative that could change the world forever. I mean, there's no really good narrative out there, right? I mean, is there anybody out there? Is it 107? I mean, I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying, like, does he have, the Pulitzer Prize on the winning narration, or does S.G. Anon have it, or does, I don't know. I maybe they do. But I'm thinking we are creating our own narrative, and we are not attached to anything. We are not even attached to 17 that closely. I mean, yes, but we're not nitpicking posts. We're not saying, oh, this is the way it's a quantum universe, and we want to come into it's a godly world we're creating. And why not us? Why not Spiritual Bean Coffee? Why not Brian, man? Brian, he's as good as anybody else to create a narration, a narrative moving forward that will rock the world. Yeah, I mean, oh yeah. Yeah, it is about Torah. I mean, because in Torah we're dealing with the last 3 plagues. We're dealing with Bo, come to Paro. God is telling Moses, come with me. I'll go with you. We're going to go look at evil in the seat of its power, and we're going to wipe him out. Right. So we're in the last plagues, right? And then at midnight on, yeah, I was going to read also some Psalms. Maybe we'll do that at the end. But it's good and evil. Yeah. The good and evil war vibes have increased lately. It's in the air. I think so. Yeah, it's all of us. It's all of us putting together this incredible puzzle, and that was really the beauty of the 17 post. He didn't say it's going to happen like this and then this. It was like, it was like, do your research, figure it out yourself. We're creating this. We're really creating our reality. We're creating the future. I saw a comment on a post of air traffic yesterday. Have not responded yet, but they asked why this was important. What was the meaning of the plane reports and why do it? If the military is in charge, my opinion they are, would you not want to know where they are? Would you not want to know if a cargo activity is present and where? If refuelers were up refueling military, where they are? This is why. This is why we watch. It proves the facts. It confirms the news, and it tells us what is really being done. Who is in charge? Because if the DS were in charge, they would not be getting arrested, right? So the military's in charge of this air traffic. This is what's this? Update on the bust of the trafficking rig in Texas on 125. Look at some of those arrested. So the military's in control and they're arresting these bad boys. They're also saying that Dr. F is about to be, completely exposed. Be ready, Dr. F. The American people are about to find out everything you did to the country during this medical thing. So that's coming from Vincent Kennedy. Ronnie Jackson from Texas says, I'm proud to announce that I've been chosen for the select subcommittee on the medical situation. Every lie told us by Dr. F will be revealed. Every lie about the V will be revealed. Every lie that was used to lock you down will be unearthed. We will reveal the truth. I really wanted to be here through the whole thing, but I just got word that okay, so that's I'm not going to go there. Read slowly and carefully. Will become critically important in coming weeks. Continue to track those who are reigning across all platforms. Where there was once darkness, there will now be light. Move slowly, carefully, and then strike like the fastest animal on the planet. Okay, that's a very interesting thought, right? Isn't that what we're expecting? And that links into, and that's why putting these pieces of the puzzle together is so exciting. They're not presenting us a fix. We're not babies to be fed baby food by, these insane clone looking these people, these plastic people that just in. FTX owes money to Apple, Binance, Coinbase, Netflix, Southwestern Airlines, and others filing shows. So good interview about QFS that I might want to check out later. By the way, I mean, I don't think there's any reality to it, but I want you to know that one of my lobster investments, I invested in a copper mine, apparently. I don't even remember. Copper's going to be hot item. I didn't get to tell this story yesterday, but I meant to. That a few years ago, my son knows that I love to collect coins. I'm just like, I'm a nut about it. I'm just like, look, it's a silver quarter. Let's keep it, And he was like, he was a little boy, and he said, Tati, I had all these copper coins for my chemistry class experiment. We put vinegar on them and they get shiny. He said, Tati, he says, hold on to these copper coins. They could be valuable. And I thought to myself, what does he know? He's a kid, I said, copper's not worth anything. I said, yeah, it's nice, Mendel, but but he's right. Now I have a couple of rolls of copper pennies, and I think they are going to be valuable. And I think he was 100% right. But anyway, I have this somehow invested in a copper mine. I invest in all kinds of weird stuff on Lobster. So I looked at my my Lobster platform. It went from like a few thousand to $250,000 overnight. From a few thousand to $250,000. This is why I don't think about money. Now, you can't take that off. I've tried. You can't like cash in at Own Lobster yet. But it just shows you like it's a game, man. It's a shell game. The money's here. The International Monetary Fund, man, they got cash like stashed away in every probably every what do they call those things? Every crack house, there was another name for it. Trap house. Every trap house in Brooklyn, man. I mean, it's like copper's extremely important, right? It's being hid right in front of us all these years. It's in the power lines. Exactly right. Everything, you can't do anything without copper. You can't do anything. And it's also the plumbing lines. All the plumbing lines are made of copper. Eggs are going to be a good trade, yeah. They're trying to starve everyone. But don't get into that mindset, man. Just stay in abundance, prosperity mode. Just feel like you have everything, and it'll just. I don't. I wish I could be more solid about it, but step one. Well, by the way, I make those faces. Somebody's out there on the web making shorts of me making these faces to show how crazy I am. I'm like, man, you got time to make fun of me that way? I'm just like, God bless you, man. I wish I had time like that to go. I think the caption was like, Kabbalah guru is really crazy. I'm like, yeah, what else is new, man? You got time. You got the time to take out from your life to look at my crazy faces. I mean, that'll be sweet if Lobster was real, and it will be real eventually. I believe, but it will be. But anyway, it just shows you that whatever. A neighbor I had when I was a kid used to feed her chickens table scraps, even eggshells. Yeah. Okay, so let me get to a little more intel. It says ANONS, never give up. This is the boss talking. They are 24/7. Just like you, Mr. POTUS. Pyramids equal big stars. Each big star represents a location on Earth. Souls on Earth, stars. Each star represents a soul at the time of birth. We don't follow stars, we make them. That's pretty cool. MEAA letter to PM and Foreign Minister Julian Assange extradition. That's interesting. Retail apocalypse, several major retailers closing down. 4 huge grocery stores, including Walmart, are closing multiple locations this month. Smartphone shipments plunged to a low not seen since 2013. SAP to cut 3,000 roles, explore the sale of Qualtrics stake. I don't know what that is. Toyota CEO stepping down. IBM tops revenue estimates, says it will cut 3,900 jobs. Kuwait government resigns. Dogecoin, Cardano lead crypto dip as market sheds 27 billion overnight. Let's see what else. The Kuwait government resignation accepted via Amiri decree, IBM tops revenue, says it'll cut 3,900 jobs. Okay, we read that. All right, let me go. And here's something like a post, key happenings, including oh, you're right. Okay, makes me think of 17 posts, 1044, Twitter kill an Operation Mockingbird, because Operation Mockingbird connects nicely to 17 posts 626, which is a 5-year delta on Friday. January 27, 2018, chatter exploring. Change of narrative will be required. -4, -5. Public to awaken. Mass start. Sleeping pill reject. OP Mockingbird failure. Fake to real. Blind 2020 kill chain. Where we go one, we go all. MSM will be the last to fall. Feels like we're getting closer. Is General Flynn sending the 55 tweet? General Flynn's professional category on Twitter says social media influencer. What's the 55 tweet? That Turkey may leave NATO. Eggs are so expensive. So you say they think commercial chicken feed stops hens from laying. I received a video from a ton aircraft flying over Long Island. Was it worth it? America has suffered 300,000 opposite of lives. I'm not going to go into that. A 61-year-old man has been assaulted for allegedly assaulting Matt Hancock on the tube. What did 17 say about these sickos not being able to walk down the street again? They should read 17 drops, considering it's on a public platform, just to get a peek at what's coming because nothing can stop what's coming. Woohoo! All right, let me just look at this. Okay, this guy is a 61-year-old man has been arrested for allegedly assaulting Matt Hancock. I don't even know who that is. Saudi Arabia's arrest 142 government officials on corruption charges. The Oversight and Anti-Corruption Authority has said they have been released on bail. So Saudi Arabia is showing the way, because they took down their bad boys a long time ago. Transmission of a classified material. Why is justice stalling release of sea-level info? Think. Does POTUS control all matters classified? Think. Have faith. These people are losers. Why is justice stalling release of sea-level info? Think. Does POTUS control all matters? Okay, so they were talking about. I don't know if I'm going to get to the post, but let me just. Cheney defined unclassified material. First come the tanks, then come the nukes. Get this crazy war ended now. So easy to go. So easy to do. That's from POTUS. He says it's all happening. The fake nuke thing and all that. Russia says Western tank deliveries direct involvement in Ukraine conflict. I want to get to this one post, but I think we have time to get there. Let me see what this is. According to press release, proof. This is about stable coins and all that. I'm not going to get into that. Okay. Right. Chatter exploding the 27th of January. That's a 5-year delta. Chatter exploding. Chatter exploding tomorrow. Friday, FRY day. Change of narrative will be required. -4, -5. Public to awaken. Mass start. Sleeping pill reject. They're going to wake up. Something's going to happen that's going to wake up. But there was a great post. Here, I think this is it. Right. Most important, everyone versus, wait a minute. Let me see this one. This has always been puzzling to me. Once Turkey leaves NATO, Israel will take them as a threat and may launch a preemptive attack. This is getting serious. Get out of major cities. Okay. I don't know. Who's doing 55? Okay, so let me see what that is. General Flynn's professional category on Twitter says social media influencer. Is General sending the 55 tweet? Well, I don't understand why that would be a 55 tweet. I don't know what a 55 tweet is, so. Thanks, Inner Liberation Healing. Okay, so the thing I want to get to, and I don't know. They're talking about Russia finishes off the EU country. New alliances will be declared publicly for the first time. Turkey will leave NATO. Chaos will begin once again as immediately provoked by the. I'm not buying it. They're provoked by the 13 bloodline families from the country near Rome. General Flynn will lead 17 nation militaries to the biggest legal military coup signed off at The Hague International Court of Justice and make the global mass arrests. The world will be under U.S. military law until those who uphold the law have been trained in the 1776 law. Every country will be liberated. These 17 countries that are in the coalition are the USA, Canada, Australia, Russia, Germany, Poland, Netherlands, France, Spain, Croatia, Romania, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, Switzerland, and North Korea. These are the 4 beasts in Daniel that arise out of the ocean, and they did not know who they were. This is how quantum Jasara is activated. Now, I don't know from Daniel so much, but let's see. Something about that. Okay, now, this is the post that I really wanted to get to. They're saying that Ezra Cohen Watnick was very close friends with Flynn's son, and they are like he has been grooming Ezra Cohen Watnick has been groomed for many years to take a very serious position in the new government. He's one of the people behind the scenes that's running this whole the de-evolution thing where the military is in control. He's like kind of behind the scenes, and they're likening him to like hiddenness, to things under the sea that you can't see, like the splitting of the sea. Like he's like a sea splitter. He's a major player. And this is a great post. I'll put it on the Intel channels so you have it. But I mean, things are really, from my point of view, what I'm seeing is things are really moving fast, and we just have to buckle up, buttercups, man, and just enjoy the ride. It's so when they start talking about Ezra Cohen Watnick, We have plenty of money. Rand Paul fires back at completely dishonest debt ceiling doomsday talk. Republican Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky said Wednesday the doomsday scenarios about the debt ceiling probably are ridiculous. It's all man-made. I mean, there's no, this currency is all phony baloney money anyway. Okay, let me just, I just want to see back to another channel. Okay, wait, but the main thing that I wanted to get to was the idea of Ezra Cohen Watnick and Flynn's son are in cahoots running this de-evolution government, the military structure that's been running the things. And that's why we should be interested in air traffic, because if the military is running everything, look at the air traffic today. What are you saying? It's more or less, let me just, I'm not seeing, are you saying it's slowed down? I mean, you're not seeing a lot of planes behind me, right? It could be they're slowing down. I don't see a lot of planes leaving, but they do that. Sometimes it comes in and then sometimes they slow down. But it could be that, where's Ephraim Cochran? I don't know who that is. I wish I could have chickens, but my HO would probably not allow that. Backhoe transport, a bulletproof military backhoe transport. Wow. In North Carolina mountains. That is so interesting, Carolyn. Yeah, I mean, they're getting, there's a lot of movement. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of clips of trains full of tanks and vehicles. Hey, Julie Harris. I'm in South Louisiana. Haven't been seeing chemtrails. That's good, Lori. I had hubs to come out to the highway and seen it pass by. Bulletproof. Interesting. Imagine meeting one of those when you're in a combat situation. Yeah, well, that's amazing, Carolyn. I'm sure they're there. So yeah, people have been moving. You know, the National Guard's been around for a couple of years now. Gila has cut out the middle. Gila has cut out the minimal direct connection to God. Yes, yeah, that's what we're saying. That's what even, you know, the Jewish sages are saying. In the era of Mashiach, you don't need a middleman. You go direct, man. You don't. Yeah, I don't want to get into it, but yeah, Gila. Ezra's posts, yeah. Chickens are the state bird of Hawaii. All right, so let's see. All right, so let me just check out one little channel here. Okay, this is the post we read yesterday. Event that's happening with this country, with the stolen selection process, with the Pentagon creation of disease, Hunter, you know, all these other things. The Epstein, the 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. That's going to start soon. United States Space Force with Elon, major drops and surprises coming. The MAGA King is already exposing the government on monumental levels and will continue into a thunderous roar storm. Nothing can stop what's coming. Everything is on path, planned. Have faith, keep hope. The DS is using all their cards and final chess moves. They are fighting for their life. They are done as they stole the game and tried to create world war. We will come close to a civilization near-death event, but procedures are in place to stop the apocalypse. So the white hats are in control. Oh, the pigeons are flying around outside my window, distracting me. Yeah, a lot going on. So that's from Germany confirms it will provide you with Leopard 2 tanks. And we've read everything else we've read before. I'm just see if my friend Whip has anything. Whiplash. Okay, Section 27.5 USMCA, Poseidon, USS Constitution, January 26th, overnight asteroid, January 27th, Friday, FRYDAY, January 30th, full circle, 3.14. 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go. 88 miles per hour, 72 seconds. Hello, Elvis. January 31st, USD default mother of all bombs. February 13th, red carpet event. Super Bowl, those in federal witness protection program will come out to guide us. Announced Shira Adler at the Super Bowl. Flick the switch, XRP. Major transition from there, March onwards. They're saying February 14th, they're going to announce Shira Adler. That sounds great. I'm all for it. There's a lot going on, yeah. To put it mildly, the world is about to be completely transformed into an amazing planet that's hopeful and loving and comfortable. I think that's the key word I'm using now to describe the future. In the future, we're comfortable. We're not scared all the time. We're just like feeling good. We're like hanging out with each other, not nervous, I mean, that goes for me. I'm a nervous person, man. I when I meet people, I'm just like, I'm a little nervous. So I think in the future that'll be gone. It'll just be like, everything's cool. You got the vibes. You got the 428 music in the background. Everyone's just chilling, coming up with great ideas and doing cool stuff and helping each other. We're ready. Yeah, we're so ready. Right, Barbara? Happy VD on Valentine's Day, or happy VD, right? Love to Irma. Long past due. I feel very nervous at the moment. Yeah, I mean, that's that's what we've come to accept as our normal state of being. It's like my son was telling me that he's like, he gets a little fearful of people. I'm like, you and everybody else, man. But in the future, we won't have that. We'll just be like, because we'll be pretty I think we're going to be very telepathic. I think we already are. We just talk too much to notice it. But yeah, you'll just feel comfortable all the time. Your clothes are going to be comfortable. Your house is going to be comfortable. There's going to be music playing softly in the background. There's going to be just the kind of lighting that's good for you. You're going to be eating food that's delicious and nutritious. And the people around you, they're going to be in the flow state. Everyone's going to be in the flow state, and we're just going to like trip out into the future. And so to conclude, the news will be quantum. It won't be like this, and this happened. It'll be like, all right, let's see where we're heading. Where are we flowing now? You like the light? The lighting is good. I have to get a new lens, because if I get a decent lens, you'll be able to see the water behind me. That's but it's taking forever. They're telling me now Monday. I mean, I'm so impatient. That's my last piece of goods for my new studio here. Gila, I hung up the picture, the poem that my friend sent from, was it Bosnia? And I hung up the picture of me as a baby, just because I'm tired of like seeing, like having picture frames everywhere. But my one last piece of hardware that I need is a lens that sees through the window, and that will be exciting when we get it. But you see, Gila, you see how much nicer it is with the camera. This camera it's not a zillion, it's not thousands of dollars, it's hundreds of dollars, and it really makes a big difference. And with the microphone too. Estonia, right? Thanks, Gila. Gila, I'm gonna skip rocks in honor of you. Just you know that my love is a river, fear is a stone that I skip across the water on my gentle journey home. That's one of my lyrics. By the way, if anybody knows, what do you do? I keep making music and I keep writing songs. Hi, Debbie. You will never have a flow state. Okay. Smile, you're on candid camera. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I wrote that one, man. I mean, it's too nice for me. I mean, I'm not a really like a brilliant lyricist. But sometimes things come to me. Love is a river, fear is a stone that I skip across the water on my gentle journey home. Yeah, I think that's my best verse ever, but I don't really think, I can't really attribute it to me. I don't remember like thinking like, it just came. But anyway, if anybody knows what you're supposed to do with music, the man who wrote the poem was Andre Tom from Estonia. Thank you, Gila. Yeah, he wrote a beautiful poem, and I have it right on my wall. So anytime, but it'll make me cry, so I won't read it. Here's whom I use for my music. Music City Tunes. What do they do, Kaleidoscope Eyes? So I'm going to write that. Let me try to write it down if I can. Or maybe I can do a screenshot. Let's see. Yes, I can. Okay, I got a screenshot. Gainsborough, McCoynsville, Nashville. When you say Kaleidoscope Eyes, what do you do with them? Thanks, Activated Peniel. Yeah, because I'm starting a new song, so I'm like, I'm coming close to like having enough songs that I could put some kind of collection to do. What are listeners saying? Spiritual Being Coffee. I don't have a real place. I mean, that's what I want to find out. Like, where do I don't know what people do. I'm so I was in the music business like, God, 19 like the early 70s. So to the 80s. That was 50 years, almost, like 40, 50 years ago. I don't know what people do. Like in the old days, we used to go around with a reel-to-reel tape. We would go into a Music Row in Nashville and we would knock on the door and they would let us in. Now they have like guards and dogs and, bulletproof tractor trail, tractor, whatever they are. You can't, at least when I went back to Nashville the second time in the early 90s and thinking that I could just go knock on the RCA door and I'd be let in. And it was a totally different scene, man. But back in the 70s, it was real country. It was a real country place. And you could just you could go from record producer to record company with your tapes. And that's what we do. We all lived at Mom's boarding house. I think it was on 21st Avenue. It was on Music Road. Mom's mom was a big, hefty woman, and she cooked amazing breakfast with grits and eggs. And only a Southern woman could cook. But there was a cast of characters there. A lot of songwriters hung out at Mom's boarding house. and we would all share like one reel-to-reel tape, and we'd make all our tapes like Thursday night. I just remember one of the nights of the week we would make tapes, and then we'd go down Music Row and try to, get people interested in our tapes, and they would listen to it. One of my friends from that period wrote a hit. I think it was called, oh gosh, I can't remember. It was a very clever title, and those I can't remember, but he was a sweetheart. But to make it in the music business, you just had to decide that that's what you want to do, and you just had to really stick it out. I was more interested in Southern girls than Southern music, so I got distracted. Never go with dates. Right. More homework. What I gave you homework? A little nod. Such a nice view. Yeah. If I get out of the way, I mean, right? Well, when I get my new camera lens, you'll be able to see this all the time. And that's coming out hopefully on Monday. In location filming, the best way is to apply neutral density film on your windows. Interesting. Yeah, neutral. I'll write that down. That's better than the lens. Neutral density film. Because that's something I could just buy and I could get it delivered. Neutral density film. Okay, thank you. And is that better than Albert David? Is that going to be better than the new lens they're sending me from B&H? You're assuming that the view is more important than Juliana, you're so sweet. But I also, I can see it too. It just keeps me calm, cheaper and adjustable. Yeah, and I ain't a kidney. I'm a spiritual being. I'm not a lima. I'm not a kidney. Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, it's way more than, that's what I'm saying. Like, man, this is way more than anything I could have ever expected. First of all, they told me in Long Beach that you'll never get into a building because your credit. They would say, they were nice people, actually. They were very nice. They were saying, can't you do something about your credit rating? I mean, I'm like, what am I going to do, man? I lost my job, They're talking about, by the way, the lawyers are talking about taking a cutoff, like a 30% cut off our winnings. They're talking about, that we should sign a deal with the lawyers where we give them 30% of the take home. Could a disc not be made titanium? You can double the layers to increase the tint. Interesting. Yeah, thank you, Julianne. It's really amazing. So crazy with my daughter. I've not been able to look in any type of sugaries yet. Yeah, we won't have credit reports, right? You won't be rated. I lost. There was one on the ocean side of the building that I wanted, but it was a 1-bedroom, and they said they gave it to somebody who had better credit, and they said, "We'll give you the 2-bedroom for almost the same price." I was like, "Yeah." I said, I think I can live with that. No, to Hillam, yes. No, thanks for reminding me. Yes. Yes, I do want to do that. And I want to go backwards. I hope you guys don't mind. I want to go back to Tehillim 1 and 2, and I want to read them as one, because remember they said that in the times of Mashiach, those two Psalms will be as one because they start and end with Ashrei. Ashrei means happy. Happy is the man. Ashrei ha'ish asher loy helek biatzas rishoyim. Happy is the man who is not. This is okay. So I'm going to read 1 and 2 together as one psalm. They're saying in the age of Mashiach, right? In the age of Mashiach, I think they said that we'll be reading this as one. Right. In David's times, most of the Jewish people were observant. So David considered this as one single chapter. But the sins of exile have left Psalm 1 to be manifestly true of only a fraction of the Jews, which means that God's protection in Psalm 2 cannot be guaranteed. Only, as Rashi writes on the verse, when Mashiach comes, will we read this as a single chapter again. So we're gonna read this as a single chapter, okay, guys? This is Psalm 1 and 2. Happy is the man, and that the key is that it says happy in the beginning and happy at the end, okay? Happy is the man who has not walked in the counsel of the wicked and has not stood in the path of sinners and has not sat in the seat of scoffers, but in God's Torah is his delight, and in his Torah he meditates day and night. He will be like a tree replanted by streams of water, who will bring forth its fruit in its season, and whose leaves will not wither, and whatever he does will succeed. Not so the wicked, but they are as chaff that the wind drives away. Therefore the wicked shall not stand in judgment, nor sinners in the company of the righteous. For God knows the way of the righteous, and the way of the wicked will perish. Now this starts too, but why are nations in an uproar and people muttering in vain? The kings of earth will stand up. The rulers conspire together against God and his anointed. Let us break apart their bands and cast away from us their cords. He who sits in heaven will laugh. God will ridicule them. Then he will speak to them in his wrath, and in his fury he will confound them. And it is I that establish my king upon Zion, my holy mountain. I will relate the decree that God spoke to me. You are my son. Today I gave birth to you. Ask of me, I will bestow nations as your inheritance, and as your possession, the ends of the earth. You will break them with an iron rod. Like a potter's wheel, you will shatter them. And now, kings, be wise, be admonished, kings, judges of the earth. Serve God with fear, with rejoice and trembling. Worship in purity, lest he become angry and you are lost in the way, because his anger ignites in an instant. Happy are all who take refuge in him. So that's now one psalm. That's a good question, Robert Romero. Does the matrix and religion work together? That's a very good question. In fact, there's a lot of questions about that. Did the evil ones get into our religions? And it seems to me that yeah. I mean, I hashed this around with my teacher Gila, and we have to admit that it seems like there's some edges, but through it all is that there, once you connect to God and you don't go through intermediaries, you just go straight through your thoughts. That's what it says in Chassidus. If you pay attention to your thoughts, you pay attention to what people say to you, you pay attention to everything that happens, everything you feel. That's how you read the handwriting on the wall. That's how you read godliness. So, yeah. Anyway, we will see you this evening, and just keep up the good work. Know that Ezra Cohn Watnick and General Flynn are, like us, fully reliant on God. Frogs. Hey, Gib. What's going on, brother? Yeah, that we don't have our complete. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't seem, Irma, it doesn't seem so good. Been doing chores. Good. No fear, man. No fear. Absolutely. It's all happening. I mean, it's going to be great. It's going to be way better than any of us can imagine. I mean, but I think the key word to the future is comfort. Is just a state of comfort without fear, just presence, just to be in the moment. And that then we'll understand what it means to be in the moment, because we will really be in the moment. Maybe that's why I can't relate to it, because we get nervous and we get this and we think that. But when we come into the future, which is now, we'll feel comfort. We'll just feel comfortable. We'll just feel happy. Happy is the man. German airports, public administration bodies, and financial sector organizations have been hit by cyber attacks. And I see a picture of V. So, okay, let me read this. This just came out. Oh, no, we read this before. Section 27.5, Poseidon, U.S. Constitution, January 27th, Fryday, Fry. One for the money, two for the show. January 30th, first full circle around. Oh, there are 31 days in January. Okay, that's good to know. I can never remember that poem. Yeah, so if anybody can buy Julie Harris's soap, wants to get some real cool soap, including me, I have it in mind to do so. I will. I could use some good soap. I will try to keep that in mind. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, it's an ongoing process. We're building the future. We're building a narrative that nobody else has, because we're flexible. We're not written in stone. It's not like you have to do this and then this. And anyway, we will see you this evening, and just have the greatest day possible. Don't forget to hug the trees, hug the kids. German airport, public administration bodies, and financial sector organizations have been hit by cyber attacks. Let me just see what this says. Cyber attacks, German airports, hacker groups. Okay. Okay, so Julie Harris, her soaps, her address is in the show more. Check out this Purium, these nutritional supplements, and ASEA. Check all these things out in the LifeWave patches, and Nirmala. If you want to make a consultation, she's giving a course soon. Nirmala, if you want to sign up for her course in sacred geometry, she sees sacred geometry. Okay, a new post came out. It looks like the Joker. All right, better get out while the going's good. The Whiplash is constantly posting things. All right, guys, we will see you tonight. God bless. And be good, man. Enjoy every minute.